Under the blue button, there it is.
Can you guys hear us?
All right.
That's good stuff.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed the intro video with sound, and like I said before, this will be up on YouTube soon. We're going to upload. Hopefully, we can upload those right after we get off of here, so we don't kill all our bandwidth.
It's your computer.
Oh.
Thank you.
You'll enjoy those much more in HD.
Yeah.
No, it was not a stunt butt, right?
No, that was Bob's. That was Bob's ass.
That was all Bob.
Absolutely.
All Bob.
Absolutely.
All of Bob.
Oh, spend months of work on the glute machine at the gym.
So guys, if you like this SGU 24 or have any feedback, we'd love to hear it. You can email us at info@theskepticsguide.org. We also would really appreciate your donations, any support you can give to help us do projects like this, and more video projects, live engagements, anything. We really appreciate it. Your resources can help us do bigger and better things in the future. This was definitely the biggest project that we've ever done, single biggest project that we've ever done collectively, and it was a huge undertaking, and we didn't know what the result was going to be, but we did have a pretty clear vision of what we were going for, and I think we really did get there. If we were to do it all again, obviously we would want to eliminate the technical glitches and all the hiccups that we had.
No, I'd keep every moment.
A lot of discovery.
I would cherish it
in this process.
like a tiny sparrow.
And as you can clearly see, we're trying to come up with new ways of reaching out to people and delivering our content. And if some things work, great. If they don't, we don't mind. We definitely want your feedback though to help our creative process. And I'd like to thank Steve for being our absolutely tireless driver of the SGU project, and Steve keeps us motivated, in line, constantly pumping out the work that we pump out. And without Steve, none of this would be here. None of this would take place. None of this. The show would not be the show without Steve.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
And I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating that I have a crew both in front of the camera and behind the camera, or the microphone, as it were, and that's how this is all possible. So it really is a privilege to have so many good skeptics and good people to work with, and to crack the whip to.
Yeah, you just try that.
Yeah. That's why I was looking at you.
Yeah. Bring it. Bring it.
No, obviously you guys are all skeptics in your own right as well, but it's good that we have a good team, and I think that's probably the biggest secret of our success. We do have one last sponsorship. This is for David Noble. He actually wrote a quick little script he would like us to read.
Okay.
Evan, you need to come around here
Sure.
too. With your mic.
Yeah.
Will it reach
Yeah,
you?
It's gonna fit.
Yep.
This is like a
Go
little
away.
dialogue
Yes.
that we're going to read.
Yeah, Jay, you're Jar Jar.
Okay.
And Evan, you're also Jar Jar.
I can
Can
do
you
that.
scroll down or up, Steve, or copy and paste it behind?
You have to copy and paste it.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Pop-up windows.
All
Okay.
right, ready?
Yep.
Hey, Steve.
Oh, hi, Jay.
Nice day at this park, yeah?
Yes, great weather.
Oh, look, a unicorn.
Unicorn? There's no such thing as unicorn, silly.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
Hey guys, what are you arguing about?
Jay thinks unicorns are real.
They are so.
Well, let's look this one up in the Skeptics Dictionary.
The what?
How can we do that in the park? There's no computer here.
Well, you guys probably don't know about the Skeptics Dictionary app, available now for iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch in the App Store.
Wow, cool.
The app lets you access all of the great Skeptics Dictionary's articles when you're on the go. Here, let me look up unicorns.
Cool, Steve. Prepare to be proven wrong.
It says right here, the unicorn is a creature from fables.
Ha!
Actually, I see now that someone just dumped their ice cream cone on that horse's head.
Thanks.
Thanks, Skeptics
Dictionary iPhone app.
What is that? Wow. You guys are
That was
fools.
first
It's like a conversation we would
Second of all,
normally have.
I would like to thank our sponsor for leaving Bob and I out of
Yeah.
it.
Well, you guys had enough pain at TAM.
Yeah, I assume that's
Oh my
why.
gosh, that was
Yeah.
wonderful.
We did a great
Yeah.
bit together.
You
Come
did
on.
a great bit together.
No, that was a really good commercial you guys just did.
Yes, off the
That
cuff
was-
there.
Yeah, it was my,
do you-
my first time seeing.
Do you think that maybe he didn't realize that this was a video?
Somebody said that was like Vogon poetry.
Poetry.
One of our listeners' heads just exploded.
Okay. All right. We have 26 minutes to kill, so we're taking questions on the Twitter feed, on the chat room, on email,
Yeah.
by smoke signal. If it gets to us in time, we will do it.
Steve, Evan, and Jay went to the Tom Cruise acting school. Good.
And graduated with honors.
So I'm sorry. Are we taking questions?
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
like, I'm
yeah.
beyond like able to pay attention.
Yes, we're taking
I'm watching
questions.
the Twitter feed.
You watch the Twitter feed. I'll watch the.
I'm watching the Justin
thing.
TV.
Oh, if somebody wants me to do the Venus flytrap voice, Rebecca, remember?
The Venus.
Come here, come here, come here, please, come here. I don't know what the hell. I was so sleep deprived that night, and my goal was to make you laugh.
Yeah, that
and I
did
just
it.
that was
Yeah.
that was driven
Yeah.
by that.
Yeah.
Come here, please.
Such a good
I
voice.
love that.
All right.
Somebody asked if I
Questions
used
or
a pouch.
Um,
It's not the word we use for
Somebody
it.
asked what?
If I used a pouch.
to use a pouch?
That's
Did
not,
he use a
that's-
pouch in
That's
that
not
video?
the term we use, but I guess the answer is yes.
How do your families react to the skeptical activism?
They
Well,
love it.
Yeah, I mean,
my
we-
wife tells
Oh,
me, Steve, you should spend more time doing this.
Yeah.
Anything to get you out of the house.
Mm.
Don't worry, I can handle the kids. I can handle all the housework.
Mhm.
Just you spend
Have a
every
full-time job.
waking moment. Yeah, whatever. I'll take on a second job so you could cut back
Yeah.
your commitments and just go at it.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, she's quite the lady.
My fiance wanted to try to pre-divorce me even before we got married
Mm.
because of the SGU 24 show.
I don't blame her.
Courtney literally put up with the absolute worst living version of me ever, which was the last like 30
That's what you're
days.
saying, that's
Your
what you're telling
wedding
her?
is next
That-
week.
No, I'm just saying this was
So you're saying-
this was a comedy of what do you call that? When you I can't
Comedy of errors?
Yeah, a comedy of errors with everything that happened. Like Steve didn't know his shooting schedule for the learning company, so we picked this date.
Wait, that's a secret.
Oh, what is?
Never mind, just keep going.
Oh, the fact that you're continuing to do
Yes,
more good work is
yes,
a secret? Okay,
yes.
never mind.
A few weeks ago, we were at Dragon Con, and we were talking about how Courtney and I were talking about how the wedding is coming up, and she's like, and you know, he's just been so obsessed with the live show, and Jay walks up and he's just like, the live show, man, is that what you're talking about? Oh man, there's so much going on, I'm just so stressed. And I'm like, yeah, we're actually talking about how your wedding is the week after. He's like, I know, man, the live show, there's just so much to plan. and like just refused to talk about anything but the live show. And Courtney was a very good sport.
Yeah, she was.
You know, you should marry that woman.
I'm gonna do it next week.
Soon.
Courtney, 1 week from right now, we'll be married.
Maybe was the response there.
Jay.
I guess that means my hell month is not going to be over for a little while.
The honeymoon's over before it begins.
There are two that go together, so I'll say them really quickly. Someone has asked, how can artists without a science background better connect/contribute to the skeptic community? How can skeptics help them? And at the same time, I heard from my friend Maggie that says, please, please, please plug Mad Art Lab. So madartlab.com is all about the
The answer to
intersection
both of
between
those
science
questions.
and
Yeah.
skepticism. And
it's art, you mean.
I think, and art, that's what I meant. God, I'm tired. And I don't know if they're looking for new writers still, but they're always looking for people to contribute and to help make the site awesomer. And Amy, it's a word, look it up. Look it up in the Skeptionary. Surly Amy has been running, she's been doing a great job, and she was actually going to be on the show, but she got bumped because of her problems. Yeah, they've got all sorts of amazing stuff planned. They just bought a MakerBot. That's what it's called, right? MakerBot, yeah. You know, like a 3D printer. They just bought one so they can
awesome.
blog what it's like to build one, and then what it's like to create things.
That is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, and Maggie is going to be blogging it. Hint, hint, Maggie, get on that.
Could we send them like schematics
Yeah.
of stuff, and they will build
Yes.
it in the maker.
Can they build moving
Yeah.
parts? Can they build like a simple moving part machine?
You can make, Adam knows, Adam, wasn't there like a ball bearing thing? You can print a ball bearing.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's really
So
happening
yeah, you
now.
can do just about anything, and that's the sort of stuff that Mad Art Lab is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of questions about whether or not this is the first annual SGU 24-hour show, or will there be more SGU 24-hour shows? It's too early to say.
No.
But yes, it will be.
No, there
It's
will
early
be.
for Steve to
I'm
say.
not
Why
doing.
the answer is no.
I'm not doing another 24. I'll do a 6-hour show, but not 24. This was.
We'll tell
We'll see.
Jay it's a 6-hour show, and then we'll
Yeah.
trick him into.
What about 12?
What about 12?
Yeah.
We could do it from 8 in the morning
We'll
to
have to talk
8
about
at
it.
night on Saturday. That to me,
Well,
that
in
could
terms
do
of
it.
prep, I mean, 90% of the work was
The
the
set.
lair,
Yeah,
was
the
the
lair.
Skepta lair.
not set.
So that's done. I mean, obviously there would be, you have to take it down and put it back, but I mean, most of the work is actually, I mean, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do it again if we were starting from scratch like we did this time. But
if we didn't have those panels already done,
yes,
I don't know what we would have done.
And we
Should've done some.
basically scheduled this on the worst possible weekend of the year.
Yeah.
You know, both because we were dumb and because there were unforeseen schedule shuffling around that just conspired to make this the worst possible weekend. So if we're more intelligent about when we schedule it next time, I think it'll be a lot easider.
Like the
as
first
well.
week of December is
Like the
always
first
good.
weekend in December, something like that. Something not anywhere near anything else that we're doing. So there will be future events. I don't know if they would be exactly this, or you know, but this event was a success in a lot of ways. So certainly we're not going to, you know, fail to you know, make the most out of this event and the work that we've done and the resources that we've put into it. So yeah, we probably won't decide anything for a few months, at the very least.
Yeah, we need some time.
Yeah, we need some downtime now.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
recovery time.
Yeah, and I won't be on the show for 2 weeks, guys, because I'm going to be with Courtney in Italy. So.
A lot of people have asked us if we are making the video and/or audio available from the 24-hour show. We recorded, I think we probably got about 90% of the audio in its own good recording. We missed segments here and there, but we got most of the audio. The video, I won't know until we see it. We had a separate camera going that's offline, that's higher definition. Yeah, the whole stream may be recorded, but we'll make announcements very quickly. We'll probably be the next week or two. The podcast, the regular podcast, is likely going to be best of segments from the 24 hours. So I don't know if we'll actually be recording the material before you get back from your honeymoon. We'll see.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But not all of it, of course. Just I think we'll probably be able to squeeze at least 2 shows out of the 24 hours of raw material that we had. So that's how we will be making it available, at least in the short term. And if we get the whole, we may put the whole thing together on a DVD or whatever, and make that available. We'll see. We'll be exploring our options.
What's the funniest moment from your skeptical career?
Skeptical career?
Funniest, yeah.
I know what
Funny.
the answer is.
What?
Perry and I were at a cult conference with Randy. I've told this story, but this is my funniest moment. And we were there with, we had met someone who at the time was a politician, and he was sort of working the Connecticut political scene and making cult awareness
Bill
one of his
Finch.
issues. Yeah, Bill Finch.
Mayor of
And
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
He, I wasn't going to say his name, but that's all right.
Oh.
And he, whatever. So he, I was there with Perry, and he, right before Randy's keynote speech in the evening, we run into him in the hallway outside the conference hall, and he was with a woman who was also involved in a supportive role in politics in some way, and he introduced us to her, and she must have assumed, he didn't give her any preamble, he just said, "This is Perry and Steve." She must have assumed that we were at this conference because we were cult victims. Not that we were like the 2 skeptics at the whole conference. And so she did this. She took all this momentary pause to prepare herself, and then like took our hand in two hands. So give me your hand. She did this. Like the most fake, feigned, whatever sympathy that I've ever seen in my life. Perry and I were barely able to contain ourselves, and as soon as we were able to turn our backs, we were like, "What the hell was that?" That was like a surreal experience. And that's one of those things, one of those moments that we shared. From that point forward, we would occasionally refer back to that. It was just like, it was bizarre. It was funny as hell.
This was really quick. When we interviewed Christopher Hitchens,
the limericks.
We didn't know that he was going. We were. I don't know how we got onto the limericks. I don't remember. I think Evan had.
It was at the very end.
Yeah, we mentioned it already. We were asking people about limericks. We had limericks going for a while.
And we just happened to continue recording.
But he rolled out with the filthiest, funniest limericks. And the thing that was funny is, of course I knew who Christopher Hitchens was. I was incredibly excited to meet him and everything. Steve was like, this guy is my intellectual hero, right? You were just, dying to talk to him and everything.
I'd been reading him for years, like every week.
But he absolutely did not hold an ounce back. Like, he didn't, right? It was like, that's it. You want to get into filthy limericks? Here we go. And he just rolled right into it like it was nothing. Like, he went from super intellect to super filth, like in the flick
At
of
some point, we were like, does he know we're recording? That's a microphone in front of his mouth, right? He's aware that we're recording it.
Plus, he was drinking and chain smoking the entire interview.
The previous year, he came to my party, and he was entertaining a small group of people, and at one point, one of my friends came staggering over to me, and I said, "Oh, are you having a good time at the party?" And he said, "Am I having a good time? I've been talking... I spent the last hour hearing Christopher Hitchens tell one joke, and it was something about like just an orange that was walking down the street or something, and it was just like the longest joke ever with no punchline." And he's like, "I'm having a blast."
Oh, and to add to the Christopher Hitchens stuff, I mean, he slammed you. So Rebecca was trying to defend the fact that women can be as funny as men.
No, he didn't slam me. That was one of my favorite moments of the podcast.
Yeah.
What happened was,
let's get Rebecca's version.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Let's hear the delusion first, and we'll tell you what actually
well,
happened.
no, you can go listen to the podcast.
Sure we can.
So he had just written that article fairly recently, like why women aren't funny.
Yes, unless they're lesbians.
Yeah,
or Jewish.
Yeah, butch lesbians. Yeah.
Or Jewish.
It was so terrible, and like I knew, we've got him on the show, and I knew I had to say something about it.
I mean,
and so,
right.
So I'm like, at the very end of the interview, I bring it up, and I said I would like to disprove your theory. And he says, "Okay, what do you got?" And I said, "Okay, what's brown and sticky?" "A stick." He just sits there, like, and then just a slight smile.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he said something like, "I rest my case."
Yeah, proved my point.
And my favorite part about it was that, like, later on, we got an angry email from a woman who was like, "I can't believe that Rebecca told the worst joke ever, trying to defend women." I was like, "You kind of missed the point."
Yeah, the whole thing was funny.
But
how that came out.
the slight backstory, which makes it funnier, in my opinion, was that Richard Wiseman had just on stage, said that was the funniest joke in the world.
It wasn't the funniest joke in the world.
It was voted as the funniest joke in the world.
It was the most submitted joke.
But there was some voting going on. It basically, did social media online, vote for the funniest joke, whatever, and that's what
it wasn't the funniest one. I can tell you what the funniest one was.
One is the funniest one.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
What was the funniest one?
The funniest one was two guys are walking through the woods and they're hunting, and one suddenly clutches his chest and falls to the ground, and the other guy calls 911. He says, "My friend, he's just fallen to the ground and he's dead and I don't know what to do." And the 911 operator says, "Okay, hold on, let's calm down. First things first, let's make sure he's dead." He's like, "Okay, hold on." And she hears a gunshot, and he comes back and he's like, "Now what?" That was voted as the funniest joke in the world. And Richard talks about how it's a fairly adequate joke that's accessible to everyone. What's Brown and Sticky was the most submitted joke.
The most submitted
And
joke.
what Richard thought was one of the absolute worst. And
Yeah,
that's
it
why
is.
I
Not a
chose
funny
it.
joke.
It's a terrible
No, it's
joke.
an awful joke.
It's an
Yeah.
awful joke, and that's why I
not
picked
even a
it.
joke.
It's
I mean-
just a switcheroo.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not funny. It's just it's clever.
It's hardly clever. No, it's a terrible joke, and that's why I picked it.
The Frisbee joke was funny that I told
Oh
you
wait,
before.
have you said the joke?
Yes.
You have. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't need
We
to
have to do it again.
First the Emma comes.
And Jay, you know why Snoop Dogg always carries an umbrella?
Why?
For drizzle. That's the joke I would have told if I actually wanted to prove that would be funny.
The way I found that joke was I found a picture of him with his face superimposed on a weatherman, and it just says drizzle. And I was like, oh my God, he's like gonna go like this, like it was just awesome.
Drizzle?
Yeah, ghetto, whatever.
All right.
All right, we have 10 minutes left,
10 minutes.
guys.
You got to shoot us some
Yeah.
questions.
Well,
Man.
that's
Let's do
100
more questions.
And I have like 80 people asking me to plug various things.
That's
Yeah.
not
Guys,
well.
I'm sorry. There's just so many of you.
Let's just take some questions.
Okay. Not going to do that one.
Can you turn the camera past the set to see the support crew and give us a behind-the-scenes look?
Yes. We were going to do that anyway.
That was from Captain
Take
Disillusion.
Take the webcam.
Yeah, but let me
Go ahead.
put the light, get some light back.
Yeah, you gotta throw all the lights on.
No one move.
I'll just do this light.
I was thinking it'll go.
Are you
Um,
going to switch the camera?
Don't exceed the. Need more light.
You're good?
Yeah, you can't really see much.
Turn that park can around on the floor.
Oh, light! How's that?
No, it's still super
Jay,
dark.
The overhead.
Turn that park can
Yeah, just turn on the overheads.
Where's the override? The
Oh.
override.
There
you go.
Now it's like a drug bust.
Someone just be in their underwear when you do that.
What's this nut job doing down
Okay. So that was good.
We actually did a long thank you to everyone again, but we'll do it again now that it's the very end of the show. Thank you to all the crew for helping us through 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Thank my fellow rogues for being up here for 24 hours.
rogues.
Yeah, thanks. You know we've got 9 minutes.
I know that, but we're doing
Getting it out of the
getting
way.
it out of the way.
We're-
And thank you to our wives. We did a big thank you before, but we're going to do it again at the end of the show. We're putting up with all of the extra work and everything that we have to do to make this happen. Then Jocelyn, Jennifer, and now Courtney, thank you.
The camera's not looking at us.
Yeah, I was on Courtney all that time.
Oh,
was it?
yeah.
It's still on Courtney.
Still on Courtney.
Guys, flip it back to the primary camera.
I like my favorite part was when you scratched your butt, Courtney.
Do you want to switch it back to that?
What about Jocelyn and Jen? Nobody met them yet.
I mean, you could see them if there was light on them.
They need light. They'd have to come out on the stage.
Draw them out.
Yeah.
Jocelyn.
Okay.
Jocelyn and Jennifer. And Court.
Apparently, turning the camera back around is a
What's- you
major
can't go back to that
issue.
camera?
I know it's back now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. People are asking if there's a quote
Jay, is there a quote?
I'll give the quote at the very end.
that gives you 8 minutes to frantically find a quote.
What else?
Let's see.
I have a great. You know what? This is a phenomenal quote, and it fits.
Save it.
It fits.
Yep, very end.
Save it.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
It's the anchor. It's the end. The curtain.
Let's see. Some people are upset that the Skeptilair illusion has been destroyed.
Why
It's
is
just that the Skeptilair is slightly less attractive from that angle. That's all. It's still a Skeptilair.
Yeah, it's still a lair. So you knew we were streaming, right?
Yeah.
There had to be all that other equipment in the lair somewhere.
What's Rebecca's beer?
It's a Corona.
Was it Corona?
That
Oh,
is
wow.
not a product endorsement. It's merely
There you go.
fact. I'm looking for other questions that are kind of... We're looking for lighthearted and sort of quick here.
Lighthearted, quick questions.
Yeah.
Is Evan related
Are
to
we-
Glenn Beck? No.
Are we going to end with a big musical dance number, Steve?
What's the question?
Musical dance number to end. Something Glee-ish,
Next time.
maybe. Next time. Yeah, the next time. That will never happen. Encore, another 24 hours go.
Encore.
Go. Yeah.
Encore. Encore. Jawohl.
Oh, apparently we answered 2 of one person's questions, which you are no longer allowed to ask any questions ever for the rest of your life of SGU. That's just those are the rules.
They're going fast.
Last minute question, how should we search for intelligent life outside of Earth in your opinion? Bob?
What?
How should we...
Say that again?
How
Go back
should we
to sleep.
search for intelligent life outside of Earth?
Every way we can. Radio signals, visible light signals, lasers. I mean, heat emissions from Dyson spheres. I don't care. Just
Breadcrumb trails.
as many as we can. And because the expenditure isn't that great, it really isn't that great compared to what we can get out of it. It's I would think any way we can.
Someone has asked if we can talk about the sleep of science deprivation.
The sleep of science deprivation?
That people
People
right
were-
there.
The message board people were asking for us to do cognitive tests throughout.
Yeah.
And I gotta
Let's
tell
do
you,
that.
We discussed
Wanna do the
we
card?
discussed doing that.
No, but
but
you know, it just turned out
That one Richard did was good.
we didn't tank as much as I thought we were going to tank.
Yeah, I think we held
yeah.
up better than
Yeah,
expected.
we
did
held
alright.
up better than
than
I thought we were
expected.
going to.
Yeah.
But I think that the next show we do, we should talk about the sleep of science deprivation.
Yes.
to
Sure.
see
We'll get
how
a
that works
sleepologist in here.
Mm.
Wake him up.
One more. Let's do more questions.
There is a serious
Ex-
question about to explain what sleep deprivation is all about.
I think we should just
Eh,
save it for
light,
next week.
light. We got
You know what? I'm going to
Honestly,
try.
yeah,
I'm good,
the
guys. I'm
answer
going
is
to try
no.
to get the Sal 9000 to boot. A lot of people been asking about it. The thing's been giving us
Yeah.
trouble the whole time. I'm going
I don't know.
to see what we can do here.
I'll admit it might have been because I jammed a screwdriver into it when no one was looking.
That might have had something to do with it.
I don't know. It's just a thing I did.
Damn, so
I don't know. You
Someone-
guys hear anything?
Will you come back to Australia? We answered that question. Yes, give us a reason to go.
Please, please, please.
Anything?
What do you think, Julie? You want to go back to Australia? Yes.
Yes.
It's like, no, wait a minute. Yes, I do.
Some people have asked how to tell the difference between Jay and Bob's voices. And someone
Okay.
else responded that Jay is the one who's wrong.
All right, hold on. Guys.
Can't argue with that.
I got him booted back up.
Glad that
Sal,
they
can
didn't
you
hear
hear
that.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see you've recovered.
Can you people out there hear Sal? Just want to check with...
It should be a yes.
No, they say no, they can't.
It's not going through?
It's not working out.
Sorry, Sal.
We're going to have to go to the Sal 10,000 next time.
Yeah, we'll give him an upgrade
Sorry, it's
and a
broke.
personality transplant.
That screwdriver job Rebecca did. Rebecca
I
did.
dropped it and yeah. Oh no! The thing I just said about how do you tell the difference between Jay and Bob? Jay is the one who's wrong. That was the woman who I said could never ask a question again. So she got 2 questions answered, and I repeated her joke. So you're banned. Banned for life. From
You
everything.
use that power for the day during the
Yeah.
during the game. So.
And also now we need to be friends because
Jay,
you're
we got
obviously
a
really cool and funny.
a question to take pictures of the props and put them online. So
Yeah,
we'll-
well, Courtney and I will take some pictures right after. Well, we're going to do some
Including
pictures
a
after that we'll
squashy
post
pen?
online of
Yeah,
us at the
yeah.
end, right at the end of the show, yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're down to 2 minutes. So if you have anything to say it before we power down the lair. Yeah, that'll come at the very end.
1 minute left.
Powering down.
No, I got to give my quote.
Oh, the quote. Well, you can fill 2 minutes with your quote.
It's really all right. Well, all right.
Short quote.
I'll say the quote and then I'll explain to you why I like this quote.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
The quote is from James Luther Adams. Does anybody know who he is?
I don't.
James Luther Adams He was an American professor at Harvard Divinity School, Andover Newtown Theological School, and Meadville Lombard Theological School. Okay, so anyway, it's a very interesting quote, and I think it has some relevance to what we're doing here today. He said, "Nothing is complete, and thus nothing is exempt from criticism." James Luther Adams says. I picked this quote because, as you could see with the Skeptometer, we're not even close to blue. We're not even close to total success. It's not going to happen. This is an uphill battle.
And that's a scientific instrument.
It is, but the idea here is the reason why we didn't have it go all the way into the red or have it go into the blue is that our work is never done. We're activists. The thing that we're fighting for is not going to happen in our lifetime. It's not going to happen. The thing that we really want. And that's why we focus on education, because this is a generational thing that we're trying to achieve here. So in this quote, "Nothing is complete and thus nothing is exempt from criticism," that's kind of like the never-ending cycle of iterative science and the critical thinking. We've got to keep going, and we've got to keep critiquing and keep refining and keep making things better. So that's why I picked the quote.
It's a good quote, Jay.
Thank you.
We'll stop when we're
Excellent
dead.
That's right. So, we're going to power down?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
7:59.
Well, then I'll say the final outro, as I usually do. We enjoyed the SGU 24 show. Thanks for joining us. For those of you who stayed up with us for 24 or close to 24 hours or a significant portion of this, thank you. Thanks to all the groups that got together. A final thank you to all the crew and all our families who helped us make this a possibility. And until next week, and maybe our next live event, this is your Skeptic's Guide to the Universe.
Thank you, everybody.